All right, we're going live. Welcome, everyone. Fantastic. We're here. Listen, I realize I owe you all a huge apology. I need to apologize because I haven't been as honest as I should have been about why I started this community here on YouTube and Instagram. I am finally streaming on both platforms. It works. It works. And I wasn't honest about why I started this community and what it could mean for you. The truth is, I didn't just create this space to share my journey. I created it to show you how to create your own. So if you've been dreaming about traveling or moving abroad, but you feel like money is holding you back, this is your moment. Okay. Let me share how I've done it with digital products like communities like this one that you're all joining right now, whether you're live or on the replay. Guides, travel guides that I share and I sell to people based on my travel journeys, courses that I teach on how to build a digital based business, or how to successfully invest on the continent of Africa, and in person events like the Travel Move Do Business virtual conference, like the virtual events, but also the in person events that I host every year. So I want to also teach you how you can do this too. I made so many mistakes. And while this is not some get rich quick, this is not going to happen overnight. This is something I've been able to build over the last 3 years. And I want to teach you how you can do it too. Okay, so stay with me because there's still time to join the Travel and Thrive Challenge. If you're over on Instagram, go ahead and click the link. Actually, just Thrive. Comment Thrive, and you will get the link sent to you. There's still time to join. And I'm going to show you exactly how to fund your freedom. Does that sound good? If that sounds good, put a 1 in the chat. Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if that sounds good to you. All right. And now let me know where you are joining from. Go ahead. Perfect. Number ones. I see number ones from crypto over on YouTube. I realized I made a huge mistake, and I want to apologize to you guys as we go ahead and we're celebrating now 70,000 subscribers on YouTube. We are growing over on Instagram. I think we're like 43. This community is huge. And while, yes, we've got about 500 registrants signed up for the Travel and Thrive Challenge, I realized I wasn't honest to tell you what exactly was going to be happening this week starting today. You still have time to join. I wasn't honest with you because there is no reason why everyone in this community, we should not have 60,000 of you subscribed to this 5-day challenge, because I am really going to teach you how I've been able to fund my lifestyle abroad. And it's been a challenge, right? It has been a challenge, but this year I was able to clear 6 figures in my business, doing all of the things, making tons of mistakes, losing tons of money, even some relationships along the way, right? Because I didn't do these things the right way. And I'm going to teach you the blueprint. All right. So if you're ready to learn, right, fast track, because I'm teaching all of this in the challenge, but I want to show you guys, I want to get really transparent with the community because I realized I wasn't transparent from the beginning on why I started this YouTube channel. So number one, I did say, right, I did share originally because number one, our stories need to be told. Especially as melanated people on this earth moving around, we are seeing the reinvention of history happen right before our eyes. And what better time than now to start sharing our experience, what we've been through as people, as individuals, as professionals, as mothers, as wives, as fiancés, as husbands, as fathers, right? As teachers, right? So these are the things that we need to be sharing because we are in an information age, the most probably beautiful, exciting time of our lives we are living in right now. And storytelling is so important. I was listening to something earlier this morning around the true measure of intelligence is your ability to tell a story. not necessarily your story, but tell a story and get people to learn something. And I guess it's been clear, right? This community has been growing, that me telling this story has inspired so many of you to take action. It has encouraged many people to travel the continent, right? But now I want to really focus on how to fund it wherever you are in this world. And this is why we are doing this challenge now, because this is for everybody and anybody anywhere, but specifically those that want to that desire freedom. And what is freedom defined like for you? I want to hear in the comments. Let me know, what does freedom look like for you? Because that's what I want to teach you how to achieve. Is freedom unlimited amounts of money? Is freedom being able to wake up without an alarm? Is freedom being able to live anywhere in the world, travel anywhere in the world you want to, without having to worry about your bank account? Is freedom being able to go to the market, going to Whole Foods and buying whatever you want without looking at the price tag? What does that look like for you? I want to hear from you guys in the chat. What does freedom look like for you? Go ahead and, drop me a couple lines. If you're over on YouTube, be sure to like this. If you're on Instagram, be sure to share this with someone that should find value in it, because this is something that is extremely valuable. And if you are looking for an opportunity to really take your life to the next level, like, this is it. This is a free challenge, guys. I've not done anything. And this is unlike anything that I've done all year, where I'm talking to you about investing, traveling, doing business on the continent, specific countries. No, I'm teaching you how to fund this experience, right? I'm teaching you how to fund your lifestyle. I'm teaching you how I've been able to do it by sharing my story in a way that provides an opportunity for someone to transform and experience something similar. All right. Awesome. So let me look over on Instagram, what y'all talking about. Freedom. Good morning, ATM International. Freedom is having flexibility of my time, working when I want, being able to spend good quality time with my family. Thank you so much, Benevolent Builder. Legacy Drive and Peril says freedom is passive income, time to sit on the beach. Absolutely. So Benevolent Builder, the times for the classes are 12 Eastern Standard Time, right? It's 7 South African Standard Time, 7 p.m. And so perfect. Yes, you agree with all of them. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so these are all signs of freedom. Fantastic. The next thing, the next reason why I started sharing on my channel was essentially to encourage others, right? I wanted other people to feel like this is something you can do. I'm not special. I'm not an individual person that is exceptional. I'm just a regular person that had a desire to do something and did really hard things along the way. And that was my experience, right? That was my experience of sharing this journey, because I wanted to show other people that it was doable. I also was trying to really convince my family that Africa was a viable place. Not only was it viable, but it was luxurious. And I was having a great life, being able to raise my family, to raise our girls here. And, that was the second reason. But the third reason, right? Legacy Driven Apparel says freedom to leave Texas and spend time in Ghana, South Africa, Thailand, wherever. Exactly. The third reason why I decided on starting this YouTube channel was because I saw people replacing their income, 6-7 figure earners, replacing their income on using YouTube. Right. So the person that I first studied under, shout out to Stephanie Perry, Vicarious. She's over on Instagram, is Vicarious, and Stephanie Perry online on YouTube. I was learning from people that were actually replacing their 9-to-5 income, their professional income, attorneys, doctors, real estate developers, right? They were now storytelling, and they were creating income passively by sharing information to inspire and help others. that they knew was valuable. Now, the truth is, everybody in the beginning didn't realize this was valuable, right? I think some people were just trying to figure it out. Some people just recognize, okay, I'm going to share on YouTube. But eventually, when you understand who you're talking to, how you're talking to them, you recognize that you are an authority. You are a creator of value. And so I was like, all right, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this thing, but I'm definitely going to do this thing because I'm seeing people replace their income and live off of YouTube. Now, I'm going to show with you transparently today how much money I make on YouTube and how much money, how I've been able to fund this lifestyle of freedom where I'm able to wake up without an alarm, right? On most days, I'm able to finance my children going to the top international and, international boarding schools and be educated with private school education. I'm going to share with you how I can take vacations for 6 to 8 weeks and do business from where I am. I'm also going to teach you how you can do events, right? That fund your desire to travel so that while you can also provide value to other people. All right, sound good? How many of you guys are ready to see these numbers? Let me know. This is something I've never done. And the sun is coming out as I'm doing it, right? This is something I've never done, never shown you my numbers. And I was quite uncomfortable at first. I'm not going to lie, because people can get really weird, right? When you start talking about money. But I think the reality is we need money. So we need to be clear about what that looks like for us. And the sun is coming out, guys. All right, we're going to try this because I might need to shift, which means I am getting, this is like affirmation, right? Of being called and say, you know what, this is exactly what I need to be doing. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and present. So I'm going to start with number one, the YouTube channel, right? So I want to show you guys how much money I have made on YouTube over the last year. Or I'm going to show you the lifetime of my channel, right? So you're going to see all my tabs open because I'm preparing for this challenge. So here is my YouTube. We just hit 70,000 subscribers over the weekend, which was fabulous. Thank you to everybody. This community is growing. But I want to tell you, my first video sucked. And you have to be okay with giving yourself permission to suck. The first, second, third, fourth, fifth time, right? I have over, let's just go to this channel quickly. I have over 415 videos. I had 415 chances and I still make mistakes, guys, okay? So at 70,000 subscribers, 415 videos. I want to show you how much money I have made using YouTube over the last 2 years, right? So currently, this is what I am expected to make this month. That's $1,179 from sharing content online, right? So let's just go to 2023. Actually, let's do lifetime, right? Because I want you guys to see. This was a old, right? This was a old email that I'd had forever. And I had some videos up from, back in my Ciroc days when I used to be in these streets slanging Ciroc. But I really didn't start taking my channel seriously. I didn't really launch Ashley in Africa till October of 2021. Right? So you see September 0, October 2021. So this is how much I've made since then. Since 2021, I've made a total of $27,000 on YouTube. Now, it's not going to show that first year, but that first year, 2021, was like, I got monetized early on, right? Because I was talking about a niche that I knew was very interesting. So we're also going to talk about that in the Travel and Thrive Challenge to understand who your audience is so that you can serve people at the best of your ability. But so 2021 wasn't so great. I wish I could show you 2022, right? But let's just show you 2023. So in 2023, I made $10,000 on YouTube over the year. And 2024 so far, I've done 12. So I've already seen like a 12, 20% increase. Now I'm also expecting that number to probably hit, my goal is I've hit my goal actually, which was to make $1,000 a month on YouTube, right? But this isn't the only thing that I have created that has brought me money in passively. How many of you guys would like to make an extra $12,000 a year just sharing content? Sharing the things that you are watching people share online that have less experience and less expertise than you even. Right? Give me a 2 in the chat. How many of you would like an extra $12,000 a year? I would like to know. Uh-oh. I hope you guys were able to see that. I hope you guys were able to see that and I wasn't all over the place. Let me check now because that looks like a lot. Fantastic. I've been traveling Africa for the past 35 years. Ain't nobody want to go to Africa. So we're not worried about what people want to do, right? We're worried about how we're going to fund the thing we want to do because they're not going to pay for it no way, right? These people, nobody is going to save you. Nobody is sending you reparations for you to have the best life that you deserve. Governments are not issuing more PPP loans, okay? They are not issuing these things. So now you have to recognize how you are going to be able to fund the life that you desire. Okay, so I see a bunch of 2s in the chat, which is amazing. I hope you all are registered for the Travel and Thrive Challenge because I'm going to teach you how I've been able to build a following, right? A subscriber list of 70,000, which is a vanity metric, honestly. But that extra $1,000 a month, which goes really far when you are outside of the US. It goes far in the US, but when you're outside of the US, it goes even further. All right. So now I want to see if I can, let me just sign into Kajabi here on this side. So let me see what questions you guys have before we get into this. Can 100,000 get me a nice house in Cape Town? Depends. It depends. The sun is kicking my behind, guys. Oof. But I can't. I'm just going to let it sit. I need the sun. I love the sun. Wow, this is kindly motivating. Yes. Thank you so much, Peter hosting. All right. So I see a couple 2s. I don't see as many 2s. So Instagram, y'all don't want, you guys are looking for this extra money because you have it. It's literally sitting in your brain, right? It's literally sitting there ready for you to tap into it, right? So the next thing I want to do is show you, So I have these travel guides. They're brand new travel guides. Let me just go ahead and show you what they look like. Because I want to give you another story, right? This was an experience where there was someone who was very close to me, cared about me a lot in the travel business. And I wanted to create travel guides because I had a lot of people asking me, hey, how do I, when I come to Tanzania, where should I stay? When I come to South Africa, what is the best airline that I should take, right? So I started getting these similar questions over and over and over. And I decided I was going to put together a travel guide, which was basically going to tell you all of the places I recommend. And you could buy it for a small fee. I think when I started selling these travel guides, they were about $29. They have since gone up because when I started doing them, they weren't the best. I mean, they weren't amazingly designed. I got some not so great feedback, I think, in the beginning, but it didn't stop me, right? It made me continue to iterate my idea because it was something that people wanted and people were willing to pay for. And I just didn't let it stop me, right? I didn't let the mistakes, the errors, right? The spelling errors, because guys, I am not a great speller at all. But let me see, I want to get out of this. I want to show you these travel guides. Saying all of this, I got feedback from friends and family. Nobody's going to buy that because people can just go and get an itinerary for free off of TripAdvisor. Later today, let's say a year later, almost 2 years later, I've sold over 100 of these, probably like 150 of these travel guides. And I made them once and I've sold them over 100 times. So I'll show you currently what they look like now. I feel like I should show you what they first look like. Right? So this is what they look like now. Right? So this is a travel guide that I created. I created it years ago, but that I'm able to spend. I'm going to launch these. These are the new iterations. So I've gone from charging $29 to $100 because these are full 5-day itineraries of everywhere that I've stayed, recommended hotels, recommended experiences, right? So these are some of the hotels. These are tour guides that I trust, right? Because how many of us are that main concern I was able to address was recommendations because most people didn't know and they also wanted to feel safe. So these are photographers and content specialists. You guys are getting really a preview. Shop retailers, itineraries, what to do, right? So if you are a budget traveler and you want to travel Zanzibar, you don't want to hire, an expert tourism company, which I definitely recommend. Hey, you can buy one of my travel guides for $100, $99, starting in this 2025. And I've sold over 100 of these. So let's just do the math, right? Let's say, because they have gone up. So let's say the average price is $65 times, let's say 150. That's $9,750 that I've made doing something one time. Right? How many of you could use an extra $9,750 in your bank account at the end of the year from doing something once? Put a 3 in the chat. How many of you? Hands up, hands up, hands up. Right? So I've already shown you essentially how I've made about $20,000 through this YouTube channel. So if you are also new here, you also know about, let's see, my Investors Academy, right? So having a community of entrepreneurs that want to learn how to travel and do business. So here is for everyone, this is the last summit that I just did, Travel, Move, Do Business, South Africa, right? We had 50 attendees attend this event. And we did the event, we recorded it, right? And now what am I doing? I am selling the replays to people that genuinely want to get access to this information. There's over 10 hours. I think it's like about 11 hours of information. I sold 2 of these in the last 48 hours, right? So these events and these replays, these are digital products. And I really want to show you guys how much I was able to make this year, but it is not allowing me to show. So if you join the Travel and Thrive Challenge, I'm literally going to teach you how I've done all of these things and how I've been able to fund my lifestyle, right? I love traveling to Zanzibar. So I did a Zanzibar Investor Summit where we talk about opportunities of investing on the continent, right? This is next year. We've got the dates up. I'm able to give people an experience so that they can experience the same thing that I've experienced while also traveling and executing out my own mission while giving opportunities and valuable experiences to other people that wouldn't have access to it maybe otherwise, right? They'd have access, but they didn't have to do any work, right? They paid their price, right? So this is how much next year is going to be. And this is with the early bird pricing, $6,389, $4,948 for a single, for a double. We just did this one last year working with sponsors. My first year, I lost money, right? So that's, again, this is not an easy overnight success story that I'm sharing with you. But if you start today, you will be so happy you did. And a lot of the mistakes that I went through, you're not going to go through because I'm literally going to be sharing the blueprint with you. But this is how I'm able to fund my ability to travel back and forth, right, to Tanzania, because I'm creating experiences for other people that are valuable. This year's attendees said I undercharged, right? This is still not even the value that you get from these type of experiences are insurmountable, right? They're priceless. So I create opportunities, right? I create products and I create content that gives an exchange of value that somebody is looking for. And you can absolutely do that too. All right, the sun is kicking my butt, guys. So I'm going to squint down here. Perfect. Wonderful. And this is what I want you guys to learn. I'm trying to log in so that you can see the income that I made, but it's not allowing me to do it. So all of you guys should be joining this challenge. We get kicked off 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US. So you should be doing this too. This is how I'm able to do this thing abroad. This is how so many people I've seen that come to the continent that want to stay, but they can't stay because they've got to head back to that job. They've got to clock in. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, the sun was beating me up. It was beating me up. So they couldn't stay because they had to go back to work. They had to, request more PTO. They couldn't afford to, right? They may have invested in a brick and mortar business, restaurant, which are super capital intensive. The amazing part of a digital business is it takes $0 to get started. Now, most of these things I'm going to teach you are free because to get started, you're not going to spend a ton of money. Like I said, don't invest a ton of money in branding. Don't invest it. I'm still till this day streaming from videos. The last video that I just did on my YouTube channel was almost 100,000 views, and I use my phone, right? This is how you are going to be able to sustain a life wherever you want to, right? Maybe you don't want to move abroad, but you want to save up for a trip, or you want to be able to travel somewhere and bring a bunch of people with you, and you don't want to pay, right, full price for that experience. This is how you're going to do it. Creating a digital remote-based business that you can build from anywhere. Listen, guys, this is fast forward. As I mentioned, I started this channel 2021. We're going into 2025. So, wow, it's been 4 years going on, right? 4 years? No, 3 years. It's been 3 years. My first year, I only made $6,000 in my business. My second year, I made about $60,000 in my business. This year, I was able to do over $110,000 in my business. Now, that's not all profit, but that's revenue. But I started at $6,000. That was my first full year. So this is not something that is going to happen overnight, but you are literally going to get the tools that you need to be successful. Anybody can do this. Everybody can do this. When I started studying and learning the game of digital products, and I started seeing what people were doing online and how they were making millions of dollars selling digital products, helping people, serving others that were looking for solutions, it was a complete game changer for me. I don't care if you are in finance, if you are a doctor, right? If you are an attorney, I have worked with attorneys to help them build out their digital business so that they can make passive income while they're doing other things, right? They're maybe building another practice, they're maybe investing in other projects. This is truly how you are going to be able to build wealth in this time, which is the best time we are ever living in. Whether you see it or you don't, we are in the creator's age. And every single one of you have a story to tell, and someone is waiting for you to turn on your phone, to turn on that camera and to start sharing what you've been through and your experience, because they need to hear from you. They need to hear that it's possible. And so the truth is, this is why I really started my channel. It wasn't just to talk and share my experience. It was really to inspire others to recognize that they could have the same experience abroad as well. And now, after the articles, the subscribers, and the transformations that I've seen people achieve by moving abroad, I've now been able to see the transformation that I am experiencing in this business creation of serving others through online events, through communities, through guides on making something simpler for other people that want to come behind me, right? And through valuable content that connects with you, which is the reason why you're here, whether on the live or on the replay. And so I want you to take part in this. Every single one of you can benefit from this information wherever you are in the world. And this is why we are doing this complimentary challenge. It is a free 5-day challenge because everybody deserves access to wealth creation, and everybody can do that. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter your career level. It doesn't matter your academic level. If you've got data to watch this content and content of other creators, you have everything that you need to create the life of your dreams where you can thrive wherever you are, but specifically doing so in an environment that is in alignment with the life that you desire, the values that you want, and the freedom that you ultimately are worthy of. All right. So I expect to see all of you guys in the challenge, the Travel and Thrive Challenge. You can still join. We're getting started in about an hour and a half. So there is still time to join, and you absolutely want to upgrade your experience to the ultimate experience of getting VIP, because there are going to be a lot of questions that you're going to have, and you'll be able to ask those questions with me live. We will have some moderators that will be moderating the chat for me to ask your questions, but priority is going to go to people that invest in the VIP, because we are doing, this is not just ask information. I'm not here to inspire you guys. I'm here to give you the tools that you need to go into this next season of your life doing exactly what you desire to do, which is travel, right? Thrive abroad, move abroad. I'm not sure if you are awesome. Yeah. So I'm not sure what industries you're in. Let me know if you have any questions about the Thrive and Challenge, the Thrive and the Travel and Thrive Challenge. Like I said, we're going live every single day from noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right. So we'll be going live. We're going to go over some lessons. There is still time to join us. The link is there. If you're over on Instagram, you're winning. You can literally go to, you can type in the word Thrive and you will get a link sent to you. If you're over here on YouTube, that link is in the description. Let me just go ahead and pop that in the chat for you as well. That is 7 p.m. my time. Yes. So this, like I said, this is not a get rich quick. This is a lifestyle. This is something that is going to transform your life forever. It is going to get many people out of toxic environments for work. It is going to get some people out of maybe some toxic relationships, right? You have a story to tell and someone is waiting for you to tell it. And that is why we started this YouTube channel. And 70,000 plus subscribers later, I want to teach you how you can do it too. And I've been waiting. Like I said, this has been a bit uncomfortable for me because I know people get weird about money, but no, like we are in the transformation business. And I want to see every single one of you do this thing and recognize that you can do it. Nuru asks, you're not an English native speaker. You speak better German. Can you still make it? So yes, I mean, you can attend. It may be a challenge for you. But I will say that what you can absolutely do is we actually have an AI tool that we use to translate after the fact. So if you join the VIP, you will get all of the recordings for every single day. You'll get that recording and you can essentially upload that into AI to translate it in your language. I definitely think if you are looking to create a life of freedom where you can work from anywhere, earn from everywhere, you absolutely do not want to miss this challenge. This is unlike anything that I've done. I'm not going to be talking about how to safely travel to any country. I'm not going to be talking about how much money it's going to cost you in your personal situation, right? I am going to be giving you some tips and tools on how to build financial confidence. But the majority of this challenge is to teach you how you can fund the lifestyle that you desire to live abroad. So Nuru, we absolutely want to see you there. I definitely think, and I wish my Swahili was better, but Swahili kidogo, pole sana. So, if this life is something that you're looking for, why not? What do you have to lose, right? You have everything to gain. And I want to see you there. Wonderful. Thank you, Luxury Bucket List. Yeah, I've come far. I have come so far and I'm grateful to this community. Listen, there is work to be done, right? I didn't pop off immediately, but I did do my research. I did study. I invested in courses. I invested in training to learn this, right? I wanted to learn new skills so that I could commit to this. I did not want to have to go back to a 9-to-5. After taking a 2-year sabbatical, that will do it for you. You're going to figure out a way. You're going to make a way. And I made a way. I made tons of mistakes. I was very successful in other ways, but now I want to share them with you. I want to give you my blueprint. And that is what we're doing in the Travel and Thrive Challenge. So go ahead. There's about an hour left. You have an hour left to register. You're looking for the ultimate experience. Be sure to upgrade to VIP. You'll get the recordings. You'll get some bonuses. You're going to get tons of extra time to ask your questions and get your questions answered. And essentially, you're going to be in a community of like-minded people that are looking for this next level of their career. And then I'm going to show you how much money I've made in other businesses, right? Because I wasn't able to log in properly. So I'm going to do that now so everyone can see what that looks like in real time, right? I want to show you. I'm not just talking. I want to show you how I've been able to make money and fund this lifestyle abroad by helping and serving you guys with valuable information. All right. And I want to get you that extra $12,000, that extra $9,000, that extra $50,000 a year. And living on the continent of Africa, that will go very far and you can live a great quality of life. right? I don't necessarily make as much as I was making in my 9 to 5 um, in the US, but I live a much better quality of lifestyle making less. And I'm helping so many more people. So that's what I want for you. If you also want that, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Put yes, that's what I want. I'm looking for that. Yes, I want to see yes in the chat. If freedom is what you ultimately want and you believe that you have what it takes to do so by, creating a digital business. Go ahead and put yes in the chat. I want to see it because nobody's going to believe in you if you don't believe in you. So you need to hype you up all the way. Okay. Go ahead and put a yes in the chat. Ashe if you want it, Fantastic. Absolutely. The education system teaches us to be perfect, right? We are rewarded for perfection. You get an A on that test, you are rewarded for making no mistakes. But in real life, failure is the measure of success. No one reaches success without failing several times. So, what we are learning traditionally is we are becoming helpmeets. We're being helpful to the people that are finding convenience in our help, right? We are building other people's businesses, other people's vision, other people's dreams, right? So now it's time for you to take a step outside of that and learn the things that are going to make you successful. And that's going to come with failure, and that's going to come with challenge, and that's going to come with discomfort. But you absolutely, absolutely, absolutely can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I was super overwhelmed thinking, oh, I need all of this equipment and I need this type of, credentials. No, listen, every single one of you have a story to tell and someone is waiting to hear from you. So I can't wait to see you. This is what you absolutely want to do. The Travel and Thrive Challenge is going to transform how you are able to make money, not only for the short term, but ultimately for the long term. I want this for every single one of you. And I'm so sorry because I wasn't necessarily honest when I started promoting this challenge. And I think a lot of you thought that this was that same old that I've been doing. No, this is absolutely different than anything that I've ever done. So if you're catching the replay and you think it's a little bit too late, register, jump in and learn what you can, because there's no telling if I'm going to do this again. But I absolutely am so passionate about teaching this lifestyle because I see the freedom that it has given me. I see the freedom that it has given others, and everybody deserves this lifestyle if it's up to me. All right. So there's still time to join, about an hour left. I'll show you exactly how to fund your freedom. Okay. And you'll get to spend every day this week with me as we get prepared for our best year ever in 2025. All right. Fantastic. Thank you all for joining the Impromptu Live. I hope to see you in the community, in the Facebook group, on the Zoom calls. You deserve this, right? You deserve this. And this is exactly what you have been looking for. So until the next time, guys, I'll see you soon.